address the healthcare issue first. Just to say, I'm not sure which Obamacare you're speaking of because it's being changed every single day, not by what they call guidance documents. And you're talking about the exemptions there. I voted for that. I voted to repeal. They're talking about repeal. We didn't vote to repeal everything every time. We voted to repeal some things, and one was the first one, the mandate, the individual mandate, which would give you an exemption. That was a bipartisan vote out of the House of Representatives. We had nearly 270 votes, which included, I think, 35 Democrats. So there are Republicans and Democrats issue. As far as the repeal, let me just list off a few things. H.R. 4, that was one of those votes that you're talking about, and that was passed by the House, accepted by the Senate, signed by President Obama. H.R. 1473, that was one of those 40 bills that was passed by the House, accepted by the Senate, given to the President, he signed it. H.R. 674, passed by the House. These are all changes to Obamacare that the President agreed to, and he ended up signing. Sent to the Senate, signed by the President. H.R. 2055, passed by the House, passed by the Senate, sent to the President, he signed it. H.R. 363. The first one was the 1099 mandate. The second was repealed the $2.2 billion of stealth public plan, which froze the IRS budget. There was one that dealt with saving taxpayers about $13 billion by adjusting the eligibility for Obamacare. Anyway, we could go through and I could list more and more. And so these are things that not just one person voted for. These are things that passed the House, passed the Senate, signed by the President. I believe that Obamacare is bad for America. I do. And the reason is, and so does the President. And that's why
What about the seniors in your district?
What about us?
Cancer.
But you not us.
No insurance. The reason I believe that is because these things are passing the House, passing the Senate, being signed by the President. Or the President, through guidance documents, is basically undoing it. And let me give you the biggest one. The biggest problem is that there is a desire to have low cost. It's the Affordable Care Act, right? Affordable Care Act. How does it become affordable? Well, why is it not affordable? Because there are a lot of things added in there that are going to cost money. It costs money for everything that's being covered. If you cover pre-existing conditions, that costs money. And so the policy prices are going to be high. They're not going to be high. They don't have to be high anymore. Because now the cap in Obamacare has been pushed aside by the President and the administration. So there was $2,000 more.
1 year.
1 year.
Excuse me real quick. The Congressman was very respectful of us as we asked
Well,
questions.
don't just stop lying.
As we ask questions. And all I'm asking is for us to give him the opportunity to make statements, whether we agree or disagree. We don't need to be disagreeable, but we can disagree. But allow for him to make his statements and respond appropriately. That's what America's about, the opportunity to engage in dialogue. So allow for the Congressman to make his points, please. Thank you.
You asked me a question. I'm just answering the way I see it. If you don't agree, that's fine. But I'm answering the way I see it. And what I see is that the key is to make sure that initially, before the next election, I guess, that costs are low. How do you do that? You increase the amount of out-of-pocket costs. So now you're going to be able to buy a policy that's very cheap, but you're going to have $20,000, $10,000 out of pocket. So that's not cheap. That's not affordable. And so there's that. As far as the idea of changing some of these things, there's what happens with seniors. There's an independent payment advisory board. They're going to limit care. That's what they're set up for. 15-member bureaucratic board in Washington. They're going to be determining what kind of care you get. Are there any medical doctors on that? Absolutely not. No, just people. And so when you come in and they set a rule that says, okay, at 72, you need a hip replacement. Sorry, we don't cover that anymore. Here's your wheelchair. That's what's going to happen.
How do you know that?
And I know it's going to happen because it's already been proposed. So I can tell you, so all I can tell you is, it's not, it's true, this is true, and it's been 3 years, look, it's been 3 years to get this together, so you're saying, well, he's only delayed in 1 more year. Well, we already delayed 3, and then 4. As far as pre-existing conditions, and that was talked about, we tried, the bill called for immediate pre-existing condition. You wait 6 months and you can buy the care. You can't do it. They capped the program. And so we, as the House, proposed to get rid of that cap and pay for it. And so that everybody who has applied now, who has pre-existing condition, could get that coverage. Nothing doing. Going to do it. So, all I can tell you is, I think we need to go in a different direction. The care, here are the 3 principles that I have for healthcare. The care we need, at a price we can afford, from the doctor we choose. That's it. And that's what we're going to do.